Do you ever get reminded of a thing that you think could be true but doesn't really seem true? Well, that happened to me recently when my colleague Josh told me that the White House actually has a science advisor. The president has a science advisor. Every recent White House, by the way, has had one. It started with FDR all the way back in 1941. Think about it. The president has a scientist on hand, someone on call to espouse knowledge, facts, and figures. So the president can take advice on important measures like the climate crisis, or how to observe an eclipse, or how to follow basic protocols to handle a pandemic. Right now, as the world grapples with the biggest health crisis in 100 years, science and expertise should be the whole ballgame. And yet here in the United States, as cases rise and more Americans die, Donald Trump continues to shun science. This isn't new, by the way. For decades, many Republican politicians have turned their backs on expertise and academia in favor of populism. Coronavirus is spreading and killing people because personal opinion is seen to be a viable alternative to fact. 2020 seems to be the year in which America is achieving peak ignorance, when anti-education, anti-expertise, and anti-intellectualism triumph, egged on by a weird interpretation of freedom and personal rights. The same impulses that feed climate denial and the anti-vaccination movement are today resulting in the preventable deaths of tens of thousands of people. 120 Americans will die during the course of my 2-hour show today. How does a White House with a science advisor also has a president who stares directly at an eclipse without any eye protection, or who has suggested drinking household disinfectants? In an effort to help corral the disease, this week, Donald Trump introduced the new White House coronavirus advisor, not the same thing as a science advisor. This guy, Dr. Scott Atlas. On paper, Dr. Atlas has a strong resume as a science policy expert, except he's not an expert on infectious diseases, which is the one thing this crisis needs him to be. It's no surprise where the president found this newest member of his coronavirus team, serving as a medical commentator on his favorite cable channel, Fox News. The first case of coronavirus in the United States was diagnosed in mid-January, nearly 7 months ago, and we are still debating the efficacy of wearing masks and social distancing, a matter that is closed and settled for most of the rest of the world that has flattened the curve. Respecting real medicine, discovery, and academic study, as opposed to opinion and ignorance, are the only things that can prevent that. We've spent decades underfunding public education in America, which has helped lead to this embrace of populist, fact-free ignorance. Some political leaders have capitalized on that for political gain, pushing people to value personal opinion over fact, morality over science, subjectivity over objectivity. It's more critical now than ever to uphold scholarship and true expertise, but I'm not confident we'll get there under the current administration, even with the help of Dr. Atlas.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.